And welcome to the season-ending edition of In the Huddle. I'm Kevin Cooney from the Bucks County Courier-Times, along with Drew Markol, as we get ready for championship weekend in the PIAA. 4 games on tap, all at Hershey Park Stadium this weekend. One of them involving a local team, and that's Archbishop Wood out of the Class AAA, the Eastern champions after defeating Selinsgrove 13-7 last week. Another dominating defensive effort, and Drew, defense is the reason that Wood is going to get to Hershey and play Thomas Jefferson for the state title.
It's been remarkable, Kev, that, all season long we wondered about the quality of the teams they were facing. And, they were shutting out a number of teams. We kept saying, they're only playing so-and-so, they're only playing so-and-so. Well, now they played 3 state playoff games, and it's no longer against, a collection of average or below average teams. And they've allowed 20 points total. No team has scored in double figures on them. They played a really good Selinsgrove team last week. They allowed a long run early in the first quarter.
Right.
That's it.
When you look at 11 of the 14 games that Wood has played, they have allowed only 7 points or less. They've posted 5 shutouts through this whole run. The defense is not filled with Division I players. This is not like a team that is just busting out with future Big Ten, Big East, ACC kind of players here. Really, Adam Sitko may be the only Division I player on the entire roster, but what you're seeing is they're playing team defense well. Guys flock to the ball. Guys really, especially on run defense, after that opening drive last week, they really shut down Selinsgrove's running game. It's going to be tougher, though, against Thomas Jefferson, you would think.
Well, we keep waiting for that team to blow them out, for that state power to really lay into them. And now we're in the state finals, so they're running out of chances to blow them out. And as far as the Division I things, not that many teams, have Division I players in the first place. I mean, Gateway has a bunch of them, and they got knocked out a couple weeks ago in Quad A. So, but, Wood just plays, like you said, good team defense.
Right.
They thrive on it, and they take pride in it, and it's working.
Weather could be a factor in this game. Forecast as of Tuesday when we film this, rain and snow showers in the 20s. Winds around 20 miles an hour, so it'll be interesting to see how that could be a good neutralizer for Wood as far as on that Wood Jefferson offense.
The Thomas Jefferson team that they're playing, the TJ's leading rusher, Brian Baldridge, hurt his thumb last week, missed a lot of their semifinal, so they were forced to throw the ball. There was no wind when they played. If there's wind, there's snow, and there's rain, he goes, I'll take my chances with Woods, Sean Cunningham, and with McCartney running the ball. And that would be a plus if it happened.
And also, while we're at it, remember on this page right here where you're watching this video, there is a directions link for anybody who has to get to Hershey Park, doesn't know how to get there. We'll get you hooked up and be able to get you to Hershey for the state title game.
Even I can find Hershey Park, so
you saw the breadcrumbs from last week.
That's right. But go to the link, and it's very easy.
We'll now go to the Quad A bracket where we expected North Penn to be playing for a state title this week against Bethel Park, but the Knights were upset last week by Liberty out of District 11. They go on to play Bethel Park in the Quad A game, but let's look at what happened with North Penn and Drew. I was surprised in that game by the amount of rushing yards that North Penn allowed.
Liberty said we're going to come out and run it down your throat, and I think Neshaminy tried to do that and couldn't. A very big Neshaminy team, and Liberty comes out and does it, and then just kind of punched them in the nose right off the bat with an early drive, and they played the smash mouth game, and it worked.
The thing was that when you looked at Neshaminy came out on their first drive of the game 2 weeks ago in the district final.
Went right down the field.
Went down the field, stopped about the 15-20 yard line. Seth Jeffries missed the field goal, and Neshaminy never seemed to regain its footing. What Liberty did was they took the opening kickoff, go 9 minutes, go 80 yards, march in, score, and that just started a whole momentum swing that I think really carried over and gave Liberty the idea that they could beat North Penn, which I think they did not think maybe coming in.
Absolutely. It's the old CB West method of, we're going to take the ball, we're going to eat the clock, and by the time you get the ball back, you're going to be losing, and the first quarter is going to be gone. So, that's an unbelievable confidence builder, and also it's so very dejecting for, a team that's, a step away from playing for the state final.
Right, the Quad A final is Liberty and Bethel Park, who ended up was the team being Gateway. They survived an overtime game last week against West York.
I've been discounting Bethel Park every week, even though they did beat Gateway. They've beaten 3 undefeated teams to get.
Yeah, they beat Wilson last week, not West York.
Yeah, well, they beat Wilson last week, an undefeated team. They've got wins over Gateway, State College, and Wilson. You know, how do you pick against them? I mean, you know, I'll call it tight. I'll say, 17-14, but I got to go with Bethel Park.
You know, District 11 prides itself on its football tradition, but its tradition lately is going to Hershey and getting stomped. And I think that tradition continues. I think Bethel Park wins this. I don't think it'll be that close even. I think Liberty kind of played their Super Bowl last week against North Penn. They'll get to Hershey, and I think they lose by 14-21. 2 quick games here to look at before we move on and say goodbye for the year. Steel High will play Clarion in the...
the Clareton.
Clarendon.
Clareton if your head is stuck. But Clareton if you're playing Steel High on...
Well, I think Clarendon is going to need some medicine after this one because I think Steel High is probably the prohibitive favorite to repeat as state champion.
Steel High smoked Schuylkill Haven last week, and I've been to Schuylkill Haven. They take their football seriously. They were good this year, and Steel High went and whacked them. So I think Steel High does the same to Clareton.
In Double-A, it's the great story of the year so far in Eastern football, at least, has been West Catholic. The Double-A team that everybody is kind of hooked into. Last year was Jeanette in Double-A, who kind of became a phenomenon throughout state football. This year it's West Catholic, Rob Holloman, those guys really expected, I guess, over Wilmington from District 10 to get through and win. I think West Catholic may be the best and most dominating performance of this weekend. What do you think?
I think West Catholic would give any team in any classification a game. They might, in the state final, in Quad A, they may be able to win that. That team, they've scored 149 points in 3 playoff games. They've got a number of guys they're the oddity going to the Division I schools. The quarterback, Curtis Drake, is a total stud. They're playing Wilmington. Wilmington from District 10 is going to wish they were playing in Delaware because I think West Catholic, could lay it on them by 5 touchdowns.
We could see a couple of Mercy Rule games this weekend. We could see 2 or 3 Mercy Rule games this weekend.
I don't think we'll see that. The only one I think we'll see would be West Catholic.
We want to thank everybody that's been a part of this show all season long. We got to thank our producer and director and cameraman, Rich Kennedy, who has filmed us and tried to keep us in frame all season. And I'd like to thank my partner, Drew Markol, who has been tremendous, filled in, did it solo a couple weeks without me when I was out.
Those were our best shows, I saw.
Yes, they were.
When you were away.
And the one while you were away, I think, was our second best.
That could have been.
And, but again, we want to thank you. We thank you for the feedback all season long. We hope to be back here again next year for another edition of In the Huddle. For Drew Markol, I'm Kevin Cooney. Merry Christmas, everybody, and thanks for watching.